For me, HWS is not just a school where I'm here to learn. It's a place where I can develop who I am as a person, who I am as even a researcher.
I remember looking at my dad during one of the tours that we were on and being like, wow, like Geneva is beautiful, this is beautiful, I would be happy to be here.
What attracted me here was that small community feeling. And as soon as I got on campus, where you're kind of like surrounded by your peers that are like you, and you really get to know them.
I think I always knew that HWS was a place that I could succeed.
And when I looked at schools, HWS was one that not only hit on the academics, but hit on all the other factors of life. And I wanted to end up at a school that was going to put me on to bigger and better things.
Another reason that I decided to come to HWS was because I knew that they really valued studying abroad and international education, like having a global perspective and being a global citizen. I traveled to Madrid, Spain in December and had a life-changing experience.
LASO is the Latin American Student Organization. I'm Guatemalan and Salvadorian, so that's a very important part of my identity, and we love sharing a part of ourselves with the campus, especially since this campus is very diverse, and we love to emphasize that.
A current student at the time told me about HWS EMS, and that kind of sparked my interest. Emergency Medical Services is a 24/7 volunteer student-led agency that responds to any medical emergencies on campus. Being able to have that patient interaction as a college student, right? Not even outside going to the hospital or anything. On campus, I can get that.
I would have never come into this school thinking that I'd be taking a Jamaican dance class, and it for me has been one of the most fun and unique classes with Professor Johnson, but also with three of my closest friends on the hockey team.
I worked as a legislative intern on Capitol Hill for Congressman Donald Payne Jr. It was all I'd really hoped for and more.
For my first year, one of my suite mates, his aunt is actually my boss at the Yale University School of Medicine, in which I am pursuing immunology research.
Winning the national championship, there's sort of this sense of belief and trust amongst each other that we knew we were going to get it done.
I went to the Rural Migrant Ministry. They're a nonprofit that work with local communities and families in supporting migrant workers. And when I was there, I was just thinking about everything that I was learning about in class. So I'm planning on doing in my honors project with the Rural Migrant Ministry my senior year.
Professor Filbarkiadov really, I think, sees something in her students and really tries to make sure that she's giving her personalized best to each student she has and really pushing them to be the best they can.
This is a place where we are given the opportunity to really nourish who we are as a person. When you're taking on a big risk, there's somebody that you can always talk to that will have had that experience or will be there for you.
Danny Schoening is our debate coach. Danny makes himself so available to us. Like if we have any questions, if we want to have extra practice sessions, he'll always make sure that we can.
So I interned with Citibank in Canada. I was on the commercial real estate finance team, I was on the investments team, and I was on the associate banker team. And that's essentially going to be the same role now starting next July, except I'll do them for longer durations. I think the relationships with getting the internship is a big thing, and for me it was career services and what they did. Shane Feinberg was unbelievable in essentially setting me up with meeting Naz Vahid, who's in a very high position at Citi, and her and I immediately connected on both being first-generation students and both essentially having that HWS hustle.
I think a life of consequence means so much to me.
Being able to step outside of your comfort zone and do things that you may not think that you were interested in.
The life of consequence, not only are they preparing students to do so, but the people that are already here, I think, do it every single day in their own right.
I think it means representation, I think it means activism, I think it means putting yourself in sometimes a place of discomfort in order to learn and grow and challenge yourself.
It shapes and cultivates how you become and how you graduate as a student and the memories you live on.
Being able to set a foundation for people who will come here after me. I want them to be able to live in a world or even come to the school and be able to feel that same sense of welcome and community that I felt.
Really, the culture and the commitment to preparing students to lead that life of consequence is really an important part of what's put me down this path, I think, and really solidified it for me.
Living a life of consequences, understanding that it's okay to fail, but by no means does that mean you can't get back up and try again.